Hello everyone, it's Dylan from YuGiOh Everything, and welcome back to another Yu-Gi-Oh discussion video. This time we are going to be going over some breaking news, although I kind of say that with quotation marks around the phrase breaking news, because this is something that we have known about for quite a few weeks now, that Dark Magician was coming to Rush Duels. We just got official confirmation on it tonight, or I should say yesterday, probably by the time this video is being uploaded. The Dark Magician, which is one of the most, if not the most iconic Yu-Gi-Oh card in the entire franchise, and the symbolism it has in the anime and the meaning that it has in the show, probably only rivaled by Blue Eyes White Dragon, obviously, is officially becoming a Rush Duel card. We knew this because there were Dark Magician Rush Duel sleeves that were announced about a month ago, and, you know, we could just concur from common knowledge that they weren't going to release sleeves of a card that wasn't coming to the Rush Duel game. And so Dark Magician is making its way into the Rush Duel format as the third legend card that we have seen this format get. Remember, the first legend card was Blue Eyes White Dragon. The second was actually surprisingly Red Eyes Black Dragon, which is something that got me very excited, still gets me very psyched up to think that Red Eyes Black Dragon might be in YuGiOh 7s. And the third is Dark Magician, and that, ladies and gentlemen, completes the Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Monsters trio. Arguably, probably the three most important characters from the original Yu-Gi-Oh! Series: Joey Wheeler, Yugi Muto, and Seto Kaiba. All three of them have their aces as legend cards in the Rush Duel format. Dark Magician's also coming with some other support. Thousand Knives is being introduced to Rush Duels, and Dark Magic Attack is becoming a Rush Duel card. So we have two spells and Dark Magician himself. And just to go over the pose, it's the OG pose, just cleaned up a little bit. And you guys let me know which one you like down below, which one you prefer. It's tough for me because I really do love the way the OG pose looks, but I also love how in the new updated artwork for, obviously, the Rush Duel card, not only do you have more space on the card, but it's more of a cleaned up look to Dark Magician. It looks more like the Dark Magician, maybe because you can see his face. I know in the original one his visor is kind of down, which is also pretty sick, but it looks more like the Dark Magician that we are familiar with in the anime. And again, that's probably just because we can see his face better and more clearly. But obviously, the main purpose of this video, because news is far and few between during the quarantine arc over here, as we wait for YuGiOh 7s to come back. The main point of this video, I want to have a discussion with you guys about whether or not you believe that Dark Magician, and we can also throw in Red Eyes Black Dragon as well, are going to be appearing in the YuGiOh 7s anime. The only legend card we have seen thus far is Blue Eyes White Dragon. We knew Blue Eyes White Dragon was going to be in the show the moment the show got announced. It was literally in the reveal trailer for YuGiOh 7s back in December 2019. So there was no speculation there as to whether the legend card of Blue Eyes would be in YuGiOh 7s. The speculation can definitely begin as to whether we are going to see Red Eyes Black Dragon and or Dark Magician show up in YuGiOh 7s, and I think the possibility is honestly pretty high. I think there's probably like an 80% chance we will see one or the other between Red Eyes and Dark Magician, and here's my reasoning for it, and I hope this makes sense. Obviously, Rush Duels are the new format, the new way to duel, and it's being promoted solely through YuGiOh 7s. So the sheer purpose of YuGiOh 7s is to promote Rush Dueling, is to promote the new format. Legend cards are cards, if you guys are unfamiliar or maybe don't remember, legend cards are cards that you can only have one of in your deck because they're extremely powerful cards. And early on in the Rush Duel format, Blue Eyes White Dragon, with its whopping 3,000 attack, is a very powerful card. And obviously, if you were able to run 2 or 3 of them, it would probably be a card that would be in every single deck. There wouldn't be much diversity. Then again, I don't know too much about the Rush Dueling meta right now. I doubt there even really is a meta because it's still so early in its infancy stages of being developed. But that's all you need to know. The legend cards are cards that are, you know, so powerful and I guess iconic that there can only be one of that type of card in each deck. Dark Magician and Red Eyes Black Dragon join Blue Eyes White Dragon as being a legend card. And I feel like if you want to promote your top cards, which clearly these are the top cards right now. These are the 3 top cards in Rush Duels. Blue Eyes White Dragon on eBay is going for about $200, $300. The Rush Rare of that card is going for an insane amount of money. At least it was going for that much. Maybe it's come down a bit. The Rush Rarity looks gorgeous. That could be a reason why. But also, it's such a iconic card, and it's a card that is going to sell them a lot of packs. And I think by having Red Eyes Black Dragon and or Dark Magician show up in the anime would be a no-brainer decision. It's just such an easy decision to get people to watch the clip of it being summoned, even if you're not watching YuGiOh 7s. If you see a clip that says, YuGiOh summons Dark Magician, which I hope it's not YuGiOh. If these cards get used, I'd want to see them used by either hologram characters that resemble Joey Wheeler and Yugi Muto, or the rival. We know the rival might be Roa Kirishima, Roman's brother. We saw him looking kind of rivalish at the end of episode 3. Give the rival character Dark Magician to rival Seven's Road Magician. And I don't think they would go this route, but they could really be creative with it. They could say that Roa Kirishima, or whoever the rival is, whoever might use Dark Magician in the show, he was a person that was like the 7th generation of Yugi Muto, or you could relate him somehow to the King of Games, like an offspring of the King of Games. Like, it would be so cool. I don't think they're going to do that because, again, I don't think they want to really touch on Studio Gallup's canon and the old history of the cards. I mean, we already saw Blue Eyes White Dragon, which is such a symbolic and meaningful card to Seto Kaiba, used by a character that definitely resembled Kaiba, even sounded like him a bit. The mannerisms were pretty similar, but it obviously was not any relation to Seto Kaiba. It was just a fun Easter egg. And so I don't think they would go that route, which, if that's the case, it makes me want to see a hologram character that resembles Joey or Yugi. That way you don't have to kind of tie in like, oh, well, Dark Magician is Yugi Muto's card. And Dark Magician is Yugi Muto's card. I mean, there's so much symbolism and unity and bond between that duelist and this trading card, more so than almost any other character's ace, because of the backstory with Egypt and who Dark Magician actually was from ancient Egypt. I mean, there's so much there. And so to see a rival character or a villain use Dark Magician, which is such a symbolic and meaningful card to obviously us, really old fans, I don't know if I would really like that too much. Don't get me wrong, I would mark out if Dark Magician was actually summoned in YuGiOh 7s, especially Red Eyes Black Dragon. I really do want to see it. But with a card like Dark Magician, which has so much symbolism and meaning behind it, I would like it to be probably a hologram character if I had to pick. I just kind of threw the rival out there because I could see them going down that route. But whatever, whatever character summons it, we can discuss that in the execution when it happens, if it happens. But I'm just making the point that I believe it would be a stupid move not to show off cards that are being dubbed as legend cards that are being given the rarity of Rush Rare, not to show them in YuGiOh 7s. I think that would be a silly move, and I think there is a really good chance that, much like the cover cards of booster packs that we've seen for the last 2 decades, whatever monster was on the cover of a booster pack, that monster was always, without fail, shown off and basically advertised in the Yu-Gi-Oh anime. And I think with your legend cards and with whatever cards are going to be on the packs of your Rush Duel packs, you have to show them off in the anime. I mean, it's a great marketing tool, and I would be surprised, honestly, if we don't see Red Eyes and Dark Magician in 7s. And the thought of them being animated and shown in another Yu-Gi-Oh anime gets me really, really excited. I think the last time was probably Yu-Gi-Oh Zexal, right? Which at this point was like 10 years ago. So it would be amazing. And I'm really excited to see what other old cards come back as legend cards. I guess that's the other part of this video. Please let me know what the next legend card is going to be. Maybe it's going to be like Harpy's Pet Dragon, or maybe they'll go down. I'm trying to think of Duelist Kingdom. Maybe they'll do Relinquished, like one of Pegasus's ace monsters, maybe a Toon card. I really don't know, because now you've hit the main trio of duel monsters. So if there's going to be another old card that comes to Rush Dueling, what card is it going to be? That obviously is a legend card. What ace of a former character is it going to be? Maybe you pick Maye, maybe you pick Pegasus. I can't really think of anyone else because they've really nailed the original 3, but maybe you guys will throw some monsters out down there for suggestions as to which monster will be the next legend card in Rush Duel, and I'll be like, oh yeah, that's an obvious pick. But thinking about it for a while, even before I recorded this, I really couldn't pin down one specific monster that is a heavy front runner to be brought back as the next legend card. So we'll just have to wait and see. But yeah, those are pretty much all my thoughts on it. I really do believe that there is a very good chance we are going to see Dark Magician and Red Eyes Black Dragon in YuGiOh 7s. And if it happens, I'm going to be really, really excited. And if it doesn't, I'm going to be kind of surprised because I would think you would want to show off the cards you are giving Rush Rarity to. Obviously, the big chase cards in the sets. And this is a perfect time to show off your, heavy hitters and your big cards. So I think it would be really cool if it does happen. And I think it will happen, but we will have to wait and see. And I'm really excited to hear from all of you if you think it'll happen, whether you want it to happen or not, and what card will be next. An old card, an old ace, which will be the next legend Rush Duel card. I'm excited to talk to all of you down below. Really hope you enjoyed my video. I want to give a special thank you to my platinum tier patrons: Jorge Carrillo, Horace Maye, Goosey Q, Smith 620, Blue Maiden 28, Panther J, Vincent Van Der Veen, Nero, Jarrett Buller, and Aura Dragon. And to my diamond tier patrons: Jesse Wood, Latrell Smith, and Pegasus Seiya. And to my Egyptian god tier patron, Syn Cloud. Thank you to everyone who supports me on Patreon and who is a YouTube channel member. You guys help me out so much, you don't even realize it, so thank you from the bottom of my heart. And thank you to everyone who just watches these videos, because without you guys, I would not be able to do this at all. I will talk to you all things Rush Dueling, Dark Magician to Rush Duels, YuGiOh 7s down below. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you have an amazing day.